Amigos, bienvenidos a Wikijulio. En esta ocasión, una entrevista que tuve con Tor, el baterista de los Viagra Boys. Gran agrupación sueca con una mezcla entre rock de garaje y punk. La música de ellos está muy buena y vienen por primera vez a nuestro país al festival Stereo Picnic. Los dejo con la entrevista que tuve con Tor, baterista de los Viagra Boys.
Tor, how are you, man?
I'm good.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's fun. We are in Brussels, actually, in Belgium. We're gonna start off before we come to South America. We're doing 3 shows in Europe. It was a long time ago we played, so I'm really excited, actually.
You guys never been to Colombia before, not as a band, but any of you have ever visited, right?
I think our singer was at a wedding in Colombia last year. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Well, the Viagra Boys started their career, right, even before their debut record. You ever thought you will be touring the world?
No, man. I mean, you have to really pinch yourselves sometimes and like, what's going on? Everywhere we go, we just meet all these beautiful people and just like it's so weird that we can travel the world and do this for a living. So it's just amazing. I had no, I mean, I had a dream of doing this, but actually the dream became true. So yeah, it's totally amazing.
When did it became true? When did you say like, okay, this is real? Like this is
Yeah.
not just a gig, a side
Uh,
gig or something. This is my life now.
I think in 2019 we were able to stop. Yeah, we stopped working our regular jobs. We quit them. I used to work for some government funded like music stuff, and I was able to quit that and just do this full time. And then COVID hit, so we were like off. And after that, we were like really afraid of what's gonna happen. And after COVID, it was a bit of a slow start, but after that, it's just it's been going. So I mean, it was 2019 really when you're like, okay, can actually make this my job, and it was it's such an amazing feeling.
How was the early Viagra Boys? How was the music early when you guys started? I played in bands, but not just like a garage kind of thing with my friends. It's like a rehearsal with a few beers and all that, but it's never that serious. I don't know if we were afraid to try, but when you find a band like you guys with such a sound, I can't help but wonder how was the early Viagra Boys?
I mean, it was an idea from Benke, our bass player, and he just hooked up Sebastian because he probably had a nice voice, and I just tied along. And I remember the first rehearsal, and I didn't know really what we were gonna play, and just started like jamming, and it was really. I think I overplayed a little bit, and Benke was like, "Hey, no, you just play the same stuff all over again." And we found a groove that we really liked, and that's what I remember. That he's telling me like, just keep the same groove, and and that has become really my style in my drumming, just to play like a dance machine.
Cool. I read an article on the Guardian on Viagra Boys a few years ago, and they mentioned something of you guys discovering Sebastian or something like that because he was singing a Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah, that's the story we heard. Like it's true. He has a great voice, and Benke heard it and was like, okay, I need to start a band with this guy because all of us others, we had bands before, and we just have trying to do this for a living for so long. And Sebastian never really had a band, so this was his first band. So Benke just snagged him and was like, okay, you're in my band now.
How was your groove before the Viagra Boys? What were you into?
I mean, I think Benke and the other guys just taught me about like real music. I was into like shitty stuff, like complicated stuff with no soul. Like, I mean, I don't want to like say any names, but I mean, they some sort of made me appreciate like simple stuff in a way that feels like authentic, and made me, I think, play more musical. And that's a broad term, but play what serves the song, what feels best. And it's not about feels. It's not about. It's just about groove and making song feel good.
How do you feel the band have changed after 8 years and 4 records since
Yeah.
the first studio album was published? How do you feel on evolution of the band? How do you think things have changed?
I think we just like we played so much live that it shaped us to a really solid unit that we can really trust each other live, and we're so used to playing live, and all of that has like transformed really well into the studio that we enjoy each other's company, and yeah, we know what the other guys are playing in some ways, but everybody's of course like they can contribute with their own stuff. But yeah, we feel like a solid unit, and now we have Linus, the guitar player. He's joined full time now, so now we have like a solid band. You have few people coming and going in the band, but now we have a super solid piece. It's been a journey, but now it feels like more solid than ever.
Tell me a bit about your latest record. I know it's published last year, but I love how the band went from the early recordings to your latest studio record, because you can find like heavy rhythm, dance, rock and roll, like Man Made of Meat. But there's also a beautiful track I really like, which is Medicine for Horses.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about the recording of this latest record.
I think it's just try stuff that feels good, and I think we're just letting each other and letting ourselves just try stuff and not being stuck in a specific genre or something. Just and if it feels good, we just have it on the record, because if it's like have the same vibe, I think the whole record is kind of nice as a whole. It's all about being free, really, and do what feels best.
One last thing before I leave you. What are you guys currently working on? I know the album was published just really little ago, and you're just touring it in Latin America. But I can't help but ask: are you guys like looking forward to something new? Are you thinking of a coming record? Are you
Yeah, we're
constantly working? What can you tell me on that?
we are like this is after the summer we have the tour with this album is done. So yeah, we're really focusing on writing new stuff now, actually, and it's been really fun in the studio. Just as I said earlier, just go with the flow and see where it leads us. So I mean, of course, we're something new on the go, but
It's since you just mentioned Go With The Flow, I would have loved to see you guys opening for the Queens of the Stone Age just like
yeah, it was
years ago.
yeah, it was super fun. We did like two runs with them. It was yeah, it really helped us working our audience in the US. It was a great fit, really.
Well, Thor, thank you very much. Really looking
Thank-
forward to see you guys here in Colombia. It's gonna be your first time, so
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun, and I'm looking forward so much.
cool, Thor. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Si ustedes son fanáticos de entrevistas como esas o de pronto les gusta Thundercat, este gran bajista que ha tocado con Mac Miller, que ha tocado con Anderson .Paak, con Drake, con Kendrick Lamar, con Gorillaz, con Tame Impala también, les dejo el link de la entrevista para que vayan y se suscriban a Wikijulio. Gracias por escribir, gracias por compartir.